In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at the Tri-Provisions Adventure Tent 2 two-man tent. That's coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So you may remember we took a look at the Tri-Provision hammock a while back, and probably maybe a couple other things. I don't know which order this video is in, but they were kind enough to send me one of their Adventure Tent 2s so I could check out. It's a two-man tent. It packs up about this big, as you can see. So right up front, I'll tell you, like I do with a lot of stuff like this, I've not set this thing up. I've not opened it yet. I think sometimes for things that require assembly in the field, it's a good idea just to see how complicated they are right out of the box. So, I mean, if you can figure out how to do it when it's brand new, certainly it's going to only get easier. So, with that in mind, we're going to go out right now and set this thing up for the first time. Hopefully, there won't be too many doofus moments. Let's get to it. First of all, I'll show you the thing comes in a pretty nice bag here. It's got compression straps on it. It's got a handle, carrying handle here. And then it's also got a little pocket on front of it. It's got the stakes and guy lines, a little pole repair kit, which I think is an excellent idea. A lot of tents don't include that. A lot of guy lines. And it also has like a little gear loft that goes with it. So nice little attention to detail. And so here's another cool little design feature. The bag, the poles have their own bag, but it's actually sewn into the regular bag, which I think is good because the more bags and stuff you got to keep up with, the more opportunity there is to lose one of them. So pull this thing out. It's got aluminum poles. I'll probably put the specs of this thing either on screen or in the description. On the bag itself, by the way, it's got instructions on how to set the tent up, which is always cool. You won't lose those. Here's what it says. How to raise your tent. Lay out the tent, assemble the frame poles and cross them over the top of the tent. Set the poles into the grommets in the four corners. Hook the tent to the poles beginning in the middle hook. Stake the corner securely. Pretty simple. So first thing you want to do is lay the tent out. And you'll notice it's got a separate brightly colored Rainfly. And let's lay this thing out here. Okay, so we got the tent all set up here. Before we get the Rainfly on, I'm gonna leave it open where you can see kind of some of the features we want to talk about. So one of the things I like about this tent, it's got a really wide open door. So this door opens up all the way over here, pretty much just all the way, give you plenty of access to get inside the tent. And then you can roll your flaps up, and you've got two toggles here to keep them up out of the way so they're not hanging down all in your way. Okay, we're inside here, and as you can see, there's another door on the back side, which means that if you're using this as a two-person tent, you don't have to trip over each other to get in and out of the tent. And I've said this before about tents. Typically, I consider a two-person tent a one-person tent because it's got room for your gear and stuff in here. So even for me, this is a pretty good size two-person tent, to be honest with you. Some of them are a lot smaller than this, in my experience. So you could either have two people in here, and you might still have room for a little bit of gear because it's pretty good size, or one person in all your gear, which is really cool. I'm gonna take you off tripod for a minute, so pardon the shakiness, but there's a couple things I want to show you in here before we get to the Rainfly. So first of all, it's got a seam in the floor which is taped. Seems to be taped pretty well. It's got a bathtub design floor, which means it comes up from the side, and basically it's kind of should keep water from coming out. You don't have any openings right on the bottom. Something that's really cool, it's got on both sides, both corners, it's got a nice little mesh, big mesh pocket here. This is kind of this one's elasticized. This one doesn't appear to be elasticized on this side. And then at the top, this is a great feature. It's got a hook right there at the very top, like that, a little hook. You can hang a lantern or flashlight or whatever from that. that's just an excellent feature because a lot of tents don't have that, and it gives you a really good way to kind of light things up inside here. It's also got 4 rings on either corner here for putting the gear loft or attic or whatever you want to call it in. Let's stick that in now and take a look at it. Okay, so we're taking a look at the gear loft here, attic. I'm not sure. That's what I call it, the gear loft. And basically, it clips on here with nice little toggles and gives you a way you can put stuff up here, and each side's got its own individual pocket, like so. So just helps you have a little bit of storage up there, and it's got a slot in the middle where you can still hang your lantern through, which is pretty cool, or your light through, but gives you a little extra storage that's not down on the floor. So let me put you back on the tripod, and we'll check out the Rainfly. If it's pretty and not going to rain, this thing has a lot of mesh ventilation, so you can really get a lot of airflow and coolness at night. But if it's looking like it's going to be bad weather, you can definitely put the Rainfly on, and let's see how that works. Kind of lift it over and buckle it at the corners. You're going to want to make sure that you have the zipper oriented properly so you can get in and out of this thing, right? Just going to snap the buckles in. Okay. So, if you need to adjust them, these things have a little buckles on them. You can adjust the tension. You can actually use these little tabs to kind of line it up with your poles, kind of get it even. Okay, a couple of features to show you on this. First of all, pretty cool feature here. This thing has a little Velcro tab, just to kind of give you a little gable vent here, so to speak. We do one on both sides. This kind of helps allow some ventilation up in here. I guess this is technically the overhang here, and actually you can put your stake in here, and then you can still get that up. You've got a nice little vestibule under here, so you can keep your stuff out of the rain. Really increases the amount of storage you have, and you can always open this up and roll this one up here like so. You got a toggle over here. You keep your flap open. You can have a nice opening here so where you can have some breeze. If it starts raining, you can close it back up. So there's no such thing as evolution, only creatures that Chuck Norris has allowed to live. Okay, this has been a very quick, kind of doofusy look at the Adventure Tent 2 from the folks at Tribe Provisions, and I like the fact that it's got this removable fly, very handy, got a lot of ventilation, but it's got a lot of mesh on it, so it's not going to rain, and you like looking at the stars, but you still want to make sure you keep the critters out. Then it gives you a couple of good options. Anyway, thanks again to the folks at Tribe Provision for sending me this so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. I'll put out a new video every Friday, every Saturday, and several random ones usually throughout the week. If you're a subscriber, you'll be notified of when all the videos come out, including the random ones. And also, I really appreciate the support you give this channel by doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. It makes a huge difference, and I sincerely appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, I've got all kinds of doofus stuff going on here. I'm obviously not really good at this selfie stuff. I think I had it right the first time, so we're going to call that a double doofus moment.